Let's talk about the Federal Disclosure Document, or the FDD. Federal Disclosure Document has 23 standard items because it is a standard document that every single franchise has to have. And the government looks at that franchise every year. Sometimes there are certain times of the year where franchisors have to go what they call dark because the government is reviewing and making sure that everything is working. So I think that gives some comfort level. I know sometimes we don't have a comfort level in our government, but they are doing this part right. And the Federal Disclosure Document is going to tell you things about who is, the major players of the franchise, who is invested, who's running, and those kinds of things, who's running the business. And are there bankruptcies or are there litigations against the franchisor? Very important things that you want to know before you would go into business with somebody. Another thing that it's going to tell you is about the costs. It's called the Item 7. It'll have every single cost associated with starting the business so that you know exactly how much money you need to have to start the business. Another place is Item 19. And that is where they show the earnings of all the franchisors, whether it's an average, whether it's a median, whether it's the top 20, the middle 60, the lower 20. But it will give you all of the things that you need to know if potentially it's a good fit. I don't like for people to kind of rest on that FDD, because the other wonderful thing that the FDD gives us is all of the franchisees that have been part of the business for the past 3 years. And I think that is, I don't know, I hate to use this word secret sauce again, but I believe that is where the proof is, where you can call franchisees and you can say, look, the FDD says this, has that been your experience? Would you go into this business again? What do you think about the franchisor? And while you're talking to these people, it's so important to also recognize, did I enjoy talking to that person? Even if they gave me all the answers, I always recommend for my clients to talk to a minimum of 10 franchisees. So if you've talked to 8 and you don't feel like, I don't know, I didn't really like talking to those people, maybe that's not the franchise for you. You need to look at something else where those people vibe with you. But also, it's a great place to be able to find out how many people are transitioning out of the franchise. Are a lot of people leaving? And if they are, why are they leaving? Or it also tells how long people have been with them. So if you see that there's a lot of people that have been there 10, 20 years, that tells you a very good story also. That's why I recommend when you're looking at the FDD to, talk to someone that's been in business a year, someone that's been in business 5 years, someone that's been in business 10 years. It gives you a great span of how long and how have things changed. Why is that franchise fee, that royalty fee, relevant? And you will see that they have changed drastically. As we all know, since COVID, how we go and get business, and so much has changed. AI is changing things. And that's, so you want to find out from these franchisees, has the franchisor kept up with how things are changing? Then I also say, ask the franchisor to just give you 3 people. Someone that's not doing well, somebody that's doing average, and somebody that's knocking it out of the ballpark. And why is someone not doing well? Many times they will tell you that they're not doing what they should. But then what's the difference between not doing well, what's average, and what's, knocking it out of the ballpark? Who do you resonate with there also? If you're talking to an Eeyore, somebody that's not doing great, and you resonate well with them, maybe franchise business ownership isn't for you. But on the same token, if you're talking to, the guy that is knocking it out of the ballpark, and you're like, oh my gosh, she has me so excited, maybe this is the franchise for you. I think that's one of the reasons why you want to make sure you use a franchise consultant, is because they know the ins and outs of a lot of the franchises because they've had other clients explore. So they know other things to say to, well, make sure you look at this, make sure you talk to people about that. But the FDD has a lot of very important information, and any reputable franchisor will answer any and all questions about that FDD. So I would strongly recommend, if you're thinking about business ownership and you would like to have a guide, go to my website, download the 4 steps to franchise research, and take my entrepreneur profile. And we can talk about the results and see if franchise business ownership is even a good fit for you.